Alright, welcome to my video. My name's Eckogen. I'll be going over the mechanics for Dochun, the third boss in Circle of Sundering. Before we talk about mechanics and attack pattern, a few things to note. Players need to try to stay close to the boss, as being too far is going to force Dochun to charge at you, and he's going to attempt to do a stun. However, that can be blocked. At any time, if you are stunned and you do not have tab break, he's going to apply Searing Palm. Searing Palm lasts for 5 seconds, and for that entire duration, it's constantly going to drain your chi / focus, or whatever you want to call that. And the Searing Palm attack, it cannot be iframed. Alright, so here's his attacks. Small, frontal, blockable AoE, it stuns. KFM Z, this will stun. Small, frontal, blockable AoE again. Again, this will stun you if you get hit by it. That's a very quick, linear, unblockable AoE. This will knock you back if you get hit. That is a aerial knock-up skill. You can block this. And then he's going to do a slow, linear, unblockable AoE. This will stun you. And then he's going to toss a counter. So do not hit into that counter, as it will stun you, but you can attack him from behind. And now he's going to repeat. This move you see right here is typical of his attack rotation. He didn't do it before, because if you're too far away from him, it's going to reset the cycle. So this is a frontal, slow, linear, blockable attack. If you get hit, it's going to knock you back. And because you're too far, remember that he's going to charge at you and attempt to stun, but that can be blocked. When he does this, that means he's going to attack you with the KFM ultimate. The KFM ultimate skill is a 5-hit skill, so this is where you want to use your iframes. The last hit does the most damage. Other than that, he's just going to repeat his attack pattern. Alright, so his mechanics happen at 75%, 50%, and 25%. So upon reaching the health threshold, he's going to jump to the middle of the room, and there's going to be a glowing AoE that expands in 3 tiers. Inner, middle, and then outer. Inner hits 0 to 6 meters, middle hits 6 to 12, outer hits 12 to 24 meters. The AoEs cannot be iframed, and they will knock you up into the air if you get hit by them. So as soon as that initial glowing AoEs sort of fades, it's safe to go in. So his CC bar is going to open up, and during this time, he's going to attempt to do a self buff. So you can use any CC to interrupt, double stun, double knockdown, double daze, wherever you want to do, as long as you stop this. Failure to CC means that he will gain more attack power, and that buff does not expire. And if he gets 2 stacks, he will enrage. So since he does this mechanic 3 times, the most you can fail is once, because if you fail twice, he gets 2 stacks, and then he enrages. So that's it, that's the end of his phase, and then he'll go back to his attack cycle. So just memorize his attack pattern. He does exactly the same thing every time. However, it will reset if you're too far away. Alright, so 50%. Remember, it's mechanic time. He's going to jump to the middle of the room. It's going to hit inner first, middle, and then outer. Remember that you cannot iframe these AoEs. If you get hit, it's pretty much game over, because the aerial that it causes is quite extended. So you will not be able to CC him in time. And then back to his attack cycle. Most of his attacks can be avoided if you're just circle tanking him. So meaning if you're constantly moving around the circle, you'll avoid most of his attacks, besides the KFM Z, aerial knock up, and then you just have to watch you don't hit the counter. So there's the KFM ultimate. Remember, it's a 5-hit skill. The very first few attacks aren't too damaging, but the last one does a lot of damage, so make sure you save your iframes for that. So mechanics, remember the mechanics happen at 75%, 50%, and 25%. And it goes inner, middle, and then outer. And they cannot be iframes. Use any kind of CC you want to use, as long as they're both the same. So double stun, double knockdown, double daze, whatever you want to use. And then from there, he'll just do his attacks until you defeat him. Alright, there we go. So that is how you do Dochun, the third boss in Circle of Sundering. I'll include the summary of the mechanics in the video description below. Thanks for watching. Hope that helped.